Melissa, yes. Doesn't seem like it. Looks like you recorded your webinar. Oh, wait a second, here's the chat. 1 second here.
They're talking about me.
Turn in here, okay.
No, Mike. Also, there's 15 of us here. Yes, please.
Okay, great. So Blake is here. Hi, Blake. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Melissa. I am with Espresso Agent, and I've been invited here by Blake to give you all a presentation on Espresso Agent, our services and the tools which are part of the system. And one of my co-workers, Jill, is also on the conference call with us here, and so she's available to chime in her thoughts as well if she chooses to, and so I appreciate her being present also. Thanks, Jill.
Thank you.
Yeah, so anyway, what I'd like to do is start off by just kind of giving you a quick outline of, in a nutshell, what Espresso Agent does and how it can help you with your businesses there. Our platform is really designed to help you to become more successful with prospecting by giving you the tools to be more efficient, more organized, and effective during literally the most important time of the day, which is your lead generation. So our goal is really to help you to build your sales skills while prospecting. And we do offer some scripts within the system as well as periodic training. And we'll let you know about that as we have training sessions that come up. So I'd like to just show you what it looks like when you log on to our website here, espressoagent.com. And if anybody there in the office chooses to set up a demo trial with us, I have created a promo code for your office for Blake and for anybody there who'd like to set up a promo trial account. Now, it's important to note that there's no commitment involved in this. It's a 60-day trial for $49. And so if on day 60 you decide that the system is not something that's good,
We're all going to use one account, so
work for you for whatever reason, you can always cancel.
This is why I have the mic turned off, so she can't hear me say that.
There's no termination fee. So I just wanted to bring that up. But this is where you sign up, and you would essentially just click on this, the communicator package, put in the promo code, which is KW948, and you hit the apply promo code button afterwards. And that just gets you started into the sign-up part of the process. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and log into the system. And let's see here. Let me see. So agent demo. Let's see. Okay. So this is our demo account here. I'm going to show you all. And we start off, you will go immediately to the home screen here. And this is where you're going to see all of your daily activity. This graph that you will see is a graph that comes from your rapid dial sessions. So it'll show you each day how many calls you made.
I'll be able to see all your calls and everything.
If you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see your history of what you do within Espresso Agent. So if you call a prospect, or if you happen to send somebody an email, or perhaps that person opens an email, you'll see an entry there as well. So you'll be able to actually, you can expand this out to 100. I guess we only have a few here, but you'll be able to see a history of everything you've done within the system. So now I'm going to take you over to probably the most important screen, which is your contact manager. And when you sign up, we're going to have some folders set up for you here on the left-hand side. One of them is the off-market folder, and that is where we will deposit your daily leads. So what we do is we get you contact information each day for your expired, canceled, withdrawn, and for sale by owners. And we just upload that into your account each morning for you. We are, by the way, getting email addresses as well as cell phone numbers whenever possible. And so we'll upload that in the morning, and usually it's done by 7 a.m., so it's ready for you each morning. And you'll be able to open it up and see your new leads. And you will see, right here, this is how you can actually open up the contact and get a full view of all the information for this particular contact.
That's awesome.
The off-market folder, by the way, is where we deposit the expired, canceled, and withdrawns. We also have a past off-market folder, which is where during that promo trial that I was speaking about earlier, we try to get you 3 months of past expireds and a month of past for sale by owners. And we should actually be able to do that for your office. I don't think that's going to be any problem. So you just click on that, and that is where we'll deposit all of the past expired, canceled, and withdrawns, 3 months worth. And I guess, let's see here, what else? The relisted folder is set up so that when properties relist, we'll take them out of the off-market folder and we'll put them in the relisted folder so you won't accidentally be calling them. And of course, we also have a for sale by owner folder for you, and that's where your for sale by owner leads will be. And within the contact manager, there are 2 ways you can do an advanced search, a search. One is a quick search, which is here, and one is an advanced search over here. Quick search, you just simply click on the little arrow key right here, and then you have, the different main fields that you might want to search by, and you can delegate how you want to search right here. But what you'll probably end up doing is each morning, you're probably going to go to your advanced search, because this is where you're going to be able to target very specifically who you want to speak with each day. And it's just like running a search in your MLS, in fact. So if you want to call a certain zip code, you can do that. Maybe you want to call within a 5-mile radius around that zip code. Okay. Or you can come down here. Maybe you also want to, delegate, what price bracket. So you'd be able to put a price bracket in here. Or the Mls Status field allows you to pick, if you just want to call expireds that morning. Or maybe you just want to call canceled. So there are different things, you can even actually search by the status change date and everything you see here. So it gives you a lot of different options. And what you may end up doing also is you can save these searches. So maybe you create 3 or 4 searches, and each morning you're going to run those different searches to capture the different people that you really want to speak with. Okay, on to the next tab here, which is our Rapid Dialer tab. And here, this is where you have a history of your dial sessions. You can see right there. And if you start a dial session and you don't finish it, you can come back to it later and finish it by clicking on the finish button. The way you start a dial session, by the way, is very simple. You go to your contacts tab. You maybe run your search like we were just talking about. Whatever the case is, you just click on the calls that you want to make. clicks on everybody on this page. Or maybe you want to unselect a few, like that. And then all you do is you click on this Begin Dial Session button. And this gives you also the ability to call or not call folks who are on the Do Not Call list.
Don't call them.
And essentially all you're going to do, and I'm not going to be able to actually do a dial session on this webinar because I just don't have another phone to do that. I don't think it'll work, but all you do is click on Continue, and a screen's going to pop up. It'll tell you to dial a specific phone number and plug in a password. So you're not plugged into anything, and you don't need any special equipment. You're just going to grab your cell phone, a landline, or a computer line. You'll dial that phone number and the password, and all of a sudden, the system is going to recognize the list of calls that you chose, and it's going to call the first contact for you. And when it does, it will pop up all the contact information as well as the property information onto the screen in front of you. So when the person finally answers the phone, you'll know exactly what type of conversation you want to have with them. All the information is there. You can type in notes, and you can tag them. Maybe they tell you in the conversation that they're a commercial investor. You could just tag them as a commercial investor. So down the road, if you wanted to run a search on commercial investors, you'd be able to do that. So that's how that works. And there are just a lot of things you can do within this contact manager, by the way, and I'm just going to stay here for a moment and show you. But when you open up a contact, you can send them an email. You can, and I'll just click on that so you can see, you can have pre-created emails that you send to them if you want. You can also add an event to your calendar. You can create a task, which is done right here. So maybe you want to create a task to do a drive-by on a Friday afternoon. You can do that here. So a lot of neat little functions here, and of course you've got your activity. Anything you've done with this particular contact will be listed here, the tasks and events and so forth. So you've got a lot of information right at your fingertips. Anyway, we'll go back to the Rapid Dialer tab here, because this gearbox, anytime you see a gearbox within the platform, this is where you have the ability to make adjustments and changes to how the system works for you. So if you click on the arrow key, I'm just going to take you to the general page. You'll see you've got all kinds of options here. For instance, do you want to hear the phone ring while you're in a call session?
Mm-hmm.
How long do you want the phone to ring for? Well, I usually have mine ring for about 25 seconds, but you can choose whatever you want. Automatic email delivery, you can choose or not choose. You can have it remove duplicate numbers and all these other functions. Dispositions, this is where you can change what buttons are available for you to click on during a dial session. So in many cases, at the end of the call, you're just going to click on the hang up button. But you might want to adjust this so that every time you click on the hang up button, you send them an email. So this can be done too. And I'm not going to go into all the details of how that works, because we actually have an entire library of tools under the support tab, training videos under the support tab. And so you can learn how to use everything in depth right here. Most of these are relatively short videos. I think there are two in here that are a little bit longer because they were actual webinars that we did. One is, this is a webinar, and how to use Espresso Agent is also a webinar, so it's a little bit longer. But they're all great to look at and take the time to do that, because they will really help to jumpstart your experience with an Espresso Agent. And next, if we click on appointments, of course, this is where you're going to see your calendar. text to sell is how you can utilize lead capture. And you've probably seen this in passing through certain neighborhoods where an agent has a rider on a sign, and the rider says to text a specific phone number. When somebody does that, essentially what they're doing is subscribing to information on that particular listing. And you will immediately get their contact information so that you can call them right away, and introduce yourself to them. And, maybe you're even just down the street, and you want to be able to show them the house, you'd be able to do that. Another cool feature about this is that as people continue to subscribe to that particular listing, you might have 10 or 12 people who have subscribed. You can send them updates in one fell swoop. You can send them a quick update on a price change, or maybe you're having an open house, or maybe you just want to send some photos of the property and some basic information that they didn't know about. So there's a lot of really cool features to using this, and you can really have fun with it. We have a training video under the support tab to teach you how to do this as well. Another tool within the system, and by the way, all these tools are part of the system. You don't have to upgrade. It's all available to you. And so you've got the broadcast tool, which, for instance, maybe you have a newsletter that you want to send to a very particular group within your contact manager. And you'd be able to do that by utilizing broadcast tool. You can create your own email campaigns. You can also create, of course, emails and scripts that you will use. You can access your task list right here. So you'll see that this is where you can look each morning and see what tasks you have to do each day. And let's see what else. Oh, and lastly, right here, the video creator. Something that we actually just upgraded, and it was done this morning, where you can create and send video emails. And the upgrade that we added is the fact that there is a thumbnail tool within the video. We used to just have it set up where there was a link in the email, and if somebody clicked on that link, it would open up the video. Now it's going to actually, when they open up their email, they will see a video thumbnail if you choose to. So it gives a nice presentation for your emails. And lastly, there is the support tab right here. And again, the training videos, great to look at those. If you need to contact support, you can just click on here and open a ticket, and they will call you if you want them to call you, or you can just tell them what's going on so that they can address it. However, whatever makes sense to you. And let's see if there's anything else here that I need to address. I think that is pretty much it. Well, there's so much to talk about regarding the special agent. For instance, you can connect with your Gmail, which a lot of agents love to do. And something else that you will want to do as part of your setup is set up your SMTP with us.
No.
And that is actually done through your account under email profile. You can set up your own SMTP right here with us. And I'll tell you what that does. When you send an email from Espresso Agent, it will use the email address that you identified as the one that you want to use. But it will use our server to send the email. But if you set up your SMTP, it's going to not only use your email address, but it will actually use your email server to send that email. So you'll just get better results with your emails here. And I think one last thing I want to bring up, which is awesome, is that if you are interested, if you call around your listings and sales and you want to sign up for neighborhood data, this is the one thing that you might want to add on at some point. and it's done through Cole Realty Resources. We're able to offer it to you on a monthly basis with them, so you don't have to sign up for an annual commitment if you don't want to, which is kind of nice. So you can see here the pricing for their basic service, which is for landlines, names, and addresses, is $39.95 monthly.
Landline.
If you want to tack on cell phones, it is a little bit more here. It's $149 monthly.
Are you crazy?
Or, of course, if you just wanted to do it for a year, you can do that too. So that's that. And what happens when you sign up through Espresso Agent also is that the accounts are automatically linked together, so it's very seamless for you. And I think that is everything I really had wanted to bring up in this webinar.
Hello?
Or, let's see here, looks like there's a question right
hello?
here. Yes, there is a caller ID option within the dialer. So what you do is you just go to your Rapid Dialer tab, and you can click on the gearbox again, which is where you can update your information, and click on caller ID, and you just plug in the phone number that you want to show up on the caller ID, and that's all you have to do.
So do that before you dial.
And then, of course, update your caller ID here. Okay.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Do you guys have any other questions?
So I spaced out a little bit, but
Melissa, can you hear us now?
I can, thank you.
Oh, okay.
so Melissa, are we dialing from like our cell phone, or how does it? Where you showed us how you can just like pick a list of like 40 contacts and it'll automatically dial each contact. How does that work from my cell phone?
You call the number,
Okay.
right? There's a number and a password that comes up and you dial in.
Yeah,
Okay.
but basically what you do, here, let me get back to the screen. Each morning, of course, we're going to upload your account with all the contact information. And so what you'll probably do first thing is click on your off-market folder, because those are your expired, canceled, and withdrawn listings for that day. And you can see right here where there's a little triangle in the corner. That means you haven't viewed the contact yet. But you'll be able to pick whatever calls you want to make. You know, you can click all of them on the page just like that. And you just click on this Begin Dial Session button. And it'll tell you to dial a specific phone number using you can use your cell phone, you can use a landline, a computer line. Most agents will use a wireless headset so that they can be hands-free. And you just dial that phone number that they give you on the screen, and then it'll tell you to plug in a password. And as soon as you do that, the system's going to recognize this list right here that you picked. And it's going to call the first contact, and it'll immediately pop up on the screen right in front of you all their contact information, all the property information that you need to have a conversation with that person. So I know it sounds a bit odd, and it is a little weird at first when you start making these calls. Just, you know, kind of, it's like learning how to ride a bike or doing anything. Just kind of, you know, take a deep breath, and it'll all kind of come together for you. Just each day as you get used to the system, you're going to have a lot of little aha moments.
Okay, great. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Sometimes do they have more than one property picture?
No, that's just a Google Street View image. You could probably look it up on the MLS though.
That's it.
Okay, great. No, I think that's it.
Okay, well, I hope I covered everything there for you. And again, you know, if you have any questions and you want to talk about it a little bit more with me, feel free to call me directly. My direct line is 843-321-9328. And so we can talk a little bit more in depth about, you know, whatever questions you might be having. Oh, and one last thing, which is really important too, is if you have a database, you can upload your database into Espresso also. and that way you could call your sphere using the dialer.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Am I allowed to ask a question?
Yeah.
And you can even record your dial sessions, by the way. That's another bonus. You know, maybe you want to share that with your coach or just have the ability to listen to your calls at the end of the day so you can kind of hear how you sound and maybe, you know, determine where you need to practice a little bit more with whatever objection handle you're getting, you know,
Oh, I like
that
that.
sort of thing. Yeah, a lot of really cool things, and it's all right there for you guys to use.
Blaine, did you have a
Everything's
question?
available during the promo trial and then afterwards.
Okay.
Now, am I able to link this up as if, so say I can have a direct import from, say, Rently or other lead generating sources, so it automatically goes into this database?
I don't think that there's a way to where they're linked
She
together.
just said you could update your database into it, but you don't want to do that.
So you can export out of whatever
Yeah, but
you
you're
know
sharing one
system
account.
you're using,
If you want to get a
and
couple
it says CV. I think it's called what? I'm not a real techie.
of
Sorry.
CSV
CSV
file.
or a text file. You should be able to import it into Espresso.
Okay.
And then you can link the different fields so that they're all kind of lined up, you know, so you can use a dialer and you can send emails if you've got email addresses already, that sort of thing.
Okay, great. I think that's pretty much it then.
One more. Melissa?
All right. Well,
Um,
thank you for allowing us this time to, you know, share all this with you. And, you know, again, I'm happy to answer any questions. If anybody just wants to give me a call one-on-one, we can talk a little bit further.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day, you guys.
You too.